This lecture is part of a Udemy course entitled Design of Wastewater Treatment Plants for On-Site Projects. You will learn how to fully design a treatment plant for small to medium-scale projects. You can find an 80% discount promo link in the description box. Let's start by the screening process. Screening is the first unit of a treatment plant. It is a very simple device. We place it in the wastewater channel at the intake of the wastewater. It consists of bars, as you can see in this picture, and the big objects will be trapped and retained in this area while the water will continue flowing into the next process. The main role of screening is to remove the coarse or the big materials that can damage or clog the process equipment. We have two types of screening. We have the fine screen and the coarse screens. What you are seeing here is a coarse screen, as you can see, because the openings between the bars are large. This is a fine screen. The opening between each bar is very small, it's very tiny, it removes smaller particles, but this is usually used in big wastewater treatment plants. They are motorized and not mechanical to keep cleaning these bars, and they remove very small particles, and sometimes they can be used as a primary treatment. So we can consider sometimes the fine screening as the primary treatment. For small to medium scale projects, you can use the coarse screens. As you can see here, it is simply designed, placed in the inflow channel, and it can be manually cleaned from time to time. So the coarse screening mainly prevent the entry of big solid particles like, for example, a plastic cup, bottles, plastic bags, sanitary napkins, debris and grit, rocks, cleaning floor, clothes, branches, leaves, etc. Removing those particles is very essential to avoid damaging or clogging the treatment system. Usually, we use screening when our wastewater is exposed to such material. But for very small projects, like if you are dealing with a wastewater that is coming from one residence, let's say that this is the residence, and your wastewater treatment plant is beside your house, there is no need to place a screen because the sewage is directly flowing into the wastewater treatment plant, and the wastewater is not exposed to such solid particles. So if you are dealing with a small and limited project where the wastewater is directly flowing from the house sewer into the wastewater treatment plant, and this plant is directly beside your house, no need for a screen. Coarse screening is usually used in small plants for medium flow. If you have a bigger project, you might consider using a fine screen. It consists of vertical bars placed across the sewage flow, usually in bypass channels, as you can see here in this figure. The spacing between the bars is 25 to 50 millimeters because it is a coarse screen. Always consider a slope from vertical to be 30 to 45 degrees to facilitate the cleaning process. As you can see here in this picture, when it is inclined, it is easier to clean it. Now for the design, you might consider a velocity of 0.3 2.6 meters per second if you are dealing with big floats. Otherwise, if you will design the area of the coarse screen based on this velocity, you will get a very small and tiny coarse screen, which will not really make sense. So what you have to do is to fit your coarse screen within the channel if you are dealing with medium flows. So just design it simply. Consider a slope of 30 to 45 degrees and a good spacing between the bars, and use a good material to avoid corrosion, such as stainless steel. So don't complicate things when you are designing a coarse screen. The process is very simple. So the wastewater will enter from the inlet pipe. As you can see, the water is full of debris and big particles. These particles will be trapped and stay within this area, and they will form what we call as muck that might accumulate and block the grill if it is not cleaned regularly. The screened sewage will then pass through the outlet pipe and leave to the other treatment process. Always consider a platform at the top of the screen where the WWTP operator will stand to be able to clean this screen.